Hey everybody, how are you doing today? And I hope you are having a really strong start to 2018. It's really an interesting time. Seeing different, niches in the market doing really well and some of the others doing a little, hey Matt, thanks for coming on. And others are struggling a little bit. So, hey Angel, boy, you're probably in a little bit warmer climate than we are up here in Denver. But anyway, I wanted to get right into it. I look at the benefits of attending and actually doing your own live events. And I'm going to break it down in a couple of different segments here. One of the reasons that I do live events is that I'm able to be in a very visible place for people to be able to see who I am and to be able to have them be in a place where it's very safe. And what I mean by that is that they are in a group of people so they can feel that, maybe that anyway, they're more invisible. And it's fantastic, Angel. And you're so vivacious and bubbly, you do really well on stage. But over the years, there are a lot of work, but what it happens is that you're drawing people into an environment that's very protected. And because it's protected, and this is also one of the benefits for them, is that while they're taking in information, they're in a pseudo world away from their everyday stuff. And so it's like when I get on an airplane, that airplane door closes, it's like I'm in another dimension. And because of that, I have the ability to be more creative. I'm able to really get in touch with some of the possibilities that are going on without all of that distraction of people, phone calls and emails and all the rest of it that's coming in. And when people come to a live event, that's actually what they're able to do as well. And I think most of the people that, are attracted into my tribe really love to go to events also because of the friendships, the meeting after the meeting, the people connections that happen in the hallway, at lunch, at dinner. And because of that, you're expanding your sphere in ways out of relationships outside of manipulation. Because if you remember in some of my earlier Facebook Lives, I talk about three things that it takes, in my estimation, to build any business successfully. And the only caveat is I don't know what the gestation period is, the time from when you plant an idea to the time of harvest. And so the three areas is to be seen, to be safe, and to be relevant. And so when we come to live events, we're in a pseudo-altered environment. We're meeting people that many times we don't know. Hey, Hannah, boy, it's been a lot of years since we've connected. How are you doing? We're in an environment to where we can truly build some really long-lasting relationships. And doing it in a safe way. If you remember, my idea of safe is no agenda. And so if I'm truly just wanting to meet somebody, to hear their story, to see what they're up to, how I can facilitate them to someone else that is a solution or a great connection. In fact, I just had lunch with a gentleman that had reached out on LinkedIn. And before we were in the conversation, maybe 10 minutes, and I already had a good referral for him to an organization that he had wanted to be introduced to. And so really it's about the connection that we're able to do. And being safe is, I'm not wanting to close them. I don't have an agenda, the dollar signs in my eyes. What can I get out of this person? It's really about how can I serve that person? What is it that makes me, and this goes into the third part of relevant, not only of what I have as a product or service, but also what can I contribute to that individual in a meaningful way, whether or not it benefits me financially or not. And so the networking is really one of those things that is phenomenal because we're meeting new people all the time, but also what happens is we're meeting many times the right people because there is a like-mindedness depending upon the subject matter of that live event. So as we put on our live events, it's really important to be very clear about what the walkaway benefits are. And then showcasing where we fit into that delivery. I start out my boot camps with What gives me the right to be here? Why is it that I'm in front and you're here and you're investing your time, money, and energy to be in the room? And so we go through that to give that credibility piece and then to be able to deliver. When you do a boot camp, a one-day event, or it could even be an hour, hour and a half telesummit or a podcast, whatever it is, give great stuff. And one of my early coaching clients, who now is one of the principals of Copyblogger, is she had a little saying, and she said, use the bikini effect. And I said, well, what's the bikini effect? And before you ladies get mad at me, this is coming from a lady. And she said, well, you know, when women wear a bikini, they're revealing about 90%, but the guys still buy the other 10%. So show your good stuff. Give the very best you have to give to every single person you reach, because in reality, there's three types of people. They're the do-it-yourselfers, and those are the individuals that will come to you that want the information, and they'll go out and implement on their own. They don't need you after they receive the information. There's a second group of people that think they are do-it-yourselfers, and they'll engage in the information, and they'll take it, they'll start to implement, and then realize they really do need you. And the third group of people are people like me, where I just say, I need you from the get-go. I know this is not my core. I need to engage with you to be able to take me to where I want to go. So the idea is that when we're doing live events, we don't know what type of person directly is in front of us. So as we showcase, we allow them to take the step, we allow them to put themselves in the place that best suits them. And so it takes all the pressure off. In fact, one of my Garyisms is we do not have a mandate to sell, but an obligation to share. And really, it takes the pressure off not only me as the presenter, but it takes the pressure off the attendees, the people that are gathering in the information, and it lowers their barrier so they can truly get the message, so they can start implementing that information right away. And one of the things that one of my people that have worked with me in my boot camps had reached out to me last night, and she said, have you shared with your Facebook Live people about your event coming up on January 26, 27, and 28? And I have a little bit, but I haven't done a lot. But we have over 100 people coming to the event, not this weekend, but the weekend after. And we have 16 tickets left. So one of the things that I was going to ask of our community here, if you know of anybody that would like to really have an intense, content-driven weekend, let them know about it. It's breakthroughbusinessmastery.com. The information is in the subject line of the Facebook Live. But we have a little bit of a unique approach to the boot camp, where day one is all of the psychology, the psychological and emotional aspects of building a business. I don't know of anybody else teaching this. My background is in psychology and theology, and then I went into business, go figure. But at the end of day one, we do a board break. I have a friend that's a 7th degree black belt. There's only 200 of them, or approximately 200 in the world. And he comes through, and we have this experience together, and we take pictures so that it's captured. And then day 2 and 3, we do all of the marketing, the time management. I created a value-based time management system that I share. But we really integrate the tactical and the ability to take the theoretical, the emotional aspects, and then what are the things that I have used, because it's all of the materials that I've been using for my businesses for over 40 years. And it's not often that I admit it's been over 40 years. But it's the real substance and how to make a difference, how to showcase, how to speak. If it's a book that you're wanting to write out, and I know Angel has her book out. So proud of you, Angel. You know, the book is something that I never thought that I would do, and now I have number 8 coming out. We're releasing the next one at the boot camp. And so the idea is we're going to share all of the tactics and strategies to building a business, no matter what that business is. So with that, the investment is still low. It's $197 for one ticket, or $247 for 2 for the entire weekend. And again, it's not what I call a pitch fest. It's not where it's a bunch of selling. It's content driven. So anyway, if you have anyone that you would like to share that information with, or you yourself, please, reach out. We do have 16 tickets left. But, I would really encourage everyone, is to start thinking about how to showcase yourself in a safe way. And the live event is really, in my mind, the best way to do it. Now, you might start out with a webinar. You might start out with doing a 1-hour introductory on a specific subject out there that you know your community, your tribe that you're wanting to attract really has an affinity to, that they're struggling with. I would not necessarily start right out with a 2 or 3 day event. They're a little more complicated. They are quite a bit more of an investment. You notice I didn't say expensive, I just said of an investment. But you will get there. And as you draw in the people, the tribes, it's really fun for me because I believe everybody on the call, or many of you, have had this experience on stage, is that when you're sharing something and you see the light bulbs go on in the audience, that's a really special moment. It's a special moment for me because I know that something clicked, something that in the core of the message was able to resonate within that person. And one of the other Garyisms is that I am the subject, but not the message. And so I see it as a conduit. I see it as I'm a delivery system to help others get unstuck and start receiving the benefits that are actually out there as sales professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs. So we'll probably break this down a little bit more in subsequent Facebook Lives. I really want to keep our Facebook Lives in that 8 to 10 minute range so that it can be assimilated very quickly. I've been saying this, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everyone coming on to the Facebook Lives. This community has expanded into other countries now, and it's just been a really neat thing to start building relationships with individuals, obviously, that we didn't know before. And so if you have any questions about this or any tactical, I'd be happy to answer. How to start, what to look for, any of that. If you would like to have a short conversation, it's my gift to you. I'd be happy to connect. So you can do that at Gary@GaryBurnsInternational.com. That's my direct email, and I answer all of my emails personally. So with that, thank you so much, and appreciate everybody being on today. Again, if you'd share the information about the boot camp, I'd be totally grateful. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.